That's probably not a good idea.
Probably not. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Sorry it's been a minute since we've recorded, but I was kind of busy. So I am Cindy,
And I am Shar.
and this is the Cindy and Shar's B2 podcast, where we were born in the 70s, raised in the 80s, and influenced by the 90s. And now we're here to reminisce with you. So, what are we talking about today, Shar?
Well, first of all, where have you been?
I know.
Well, we've both been a little bit. It's not all you. It's me too. But
Okay, good.
what have you been like? It's been more than a minute. It's been a hot like
Couple of weeks.
167,000 million minutes.
Maybe.
So what have
Um,
you been up to? What have you been doing?
so we went to Orlando for about 10 days. So if you think about it, it was a third of a month, which makes it sound even better because we're pass holders at Universal. And so
Mm,
we got to go to Universal Studios for free because we've already paid for it. And then we got pass holder discounts on the hotel. So we got to stay on
nice.
the property. And so we didn't have to rent a car or anything. And
Nice.
we didn't go to the parks every day. Well, maybe we did, but only half days, some of them. And then we'd come back and just hang out at the pool and have cocktails. And
Hmm.
we did go to Disney a couple of days, and that was something.
Yeah, Disney's a lot. Disney's a lot. Disney
So
World is a lot.
yeah, so we did go to all four parks in 2 days, and we
Oh
just
my goodness.
yeah.
Were
So
you guys running the whole time?
pretty much. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that we didn't care to do, so it
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
okay. But we liked Hollywood Studios for the Star Wars area. That was super cool.
Hmm.
And I made my own droid.
Oh, okay, wait. I know what that is. Don't tell me his name. Is that one R2D2? Yeah,
Well, kind of, but
your version of R2D2.
oh, this isn't mine. Okay. So yeah, anyway, I guess I don't have the right remote. But yes, we both made little droids, and mine does kind of look like R2D2. Chris's is black. So he made his look like this,
Oh, his is like a Darth Vader R2D2.
apparently.
Look at
So
me, like dropping stuff. Now, everybody knows that I know nothing about Star Wars. Like I thought, yeah, like I didn't know a lot of the names. I had them mixed up. I don't know
oh,
Star
with
Wars
Star
for
Trek, probably.
yeah, those, yeah. So the fact that I know all this, it's very impressive
It
right
is
now.
impressive. It is.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was trying to think of a name for mine, and I
Mhm.
was like, maybe I should call it B250 because we're B2s, and I turned 50 this year. But anyway, I don't
Oh,
know.
that's cool. No, I
I
like
know.
that name. I need one now too.
Oh, you need a droid?
Yeah, I need to go make
Okay.
a droid.
Yeah. And so we also liked Animal Kingdom because
Hmm.
of the Pandora Avatar, which I have not seen that movie. Chris has seen it several times and really likes it. So
Hmm.
he really loved the ride is really cool. And
Yeah,
Animal Kingdom is a cool place to walk around and stuff.
yeah.
But
Did you see the first Avatar? Just
no,
not the. Oh, you
no,
haven't seen any of them.
no,
Oh my gosh.
I know.
You should have
I
watched
mean,
it before you went and did that. It would have probably been even more cool.
probably, but it was still cool. And then, but Magic Kingdom, nah, we're good without that. And
Yeah,
same with
yeah.
Epcot, we're okay with
Well,
that
it's
too.
Disney. I mean, like when if you've been to Disneyland, then you're good
Yeah.
because
So, but
they're basically
Universal,
the same.
we love Universal. It's just
Yeah.
we're definitely Universal people. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I did. So, what about
Well,
you?
what's really funny is I also was in Florida. For
You left the day I got
I
there,
did a
right?
girls trip. Yep. So I flew in. I was there for 4 days. I flew out on a Tuesday, I think, and you flew in on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah. So we were like, planes
Yes.
passing.
Yes.
So when like I was saying, I did a girls trip with a couple of my girlfriends that used to live here in the Pacific Northwest. They're the ones that we would go to Cancun all the time together. And now we all live in different states, but we all met up in Florida and we rented a really nice Airbnb. So we had our own pool that was screened in and it was right on a canal or whatever they call those channels,
Oh,
canals, whatever it was.
yeah.
So it was really awesome. So full house. We all had our own bedroom, so it was really nice. One of the days we did a tour to go see manatees, and we did. We got to see manatee,
A
but the
sea
water,
potato.
a sea potato. Yep, yep. Um, it really, they do look like potatoes also because they're kind of oblong and they're brown and yeah. But it was a mama and a baby. But the water was so murky, like we had to wear these special polarized glasses. They were more than polarized because I have polarized sunglasses and I couldn't really see. And then I put these polarized glasses on that they gave us, the tour gave us, and it was like night and day. So we were able to see the manatee, the mama and the baby, and that was really cool.
Oh,
We didn't get great video. We have some video, but it's not super great. So then I was telling one of my friends here about seeing manatees. She goes, "Oh, my parents live in Florida. I go a couple times a year, and the manatees are always right out in there, like behind their house." And she goes, "Let me show you some videos." She shows me videos, and the water was crystal clear. You could see the manatees like clear as day. I'm like, what? Like we were in the wrong canal
why did I
apparently.
pay for
So
that?
yeah, I'm like, that was way cooler. She's like, "Oh yeah, we see them all the time." I'm like, "Well, good for you." We did not. Um, so yeah, I was in Florida and then like just work and has been crazy. And then of course we have our hot sauce business that we did a 3-day Christmas bazaar or holiday bazaar and it's been cray.
Did you
But
sell a lot?
unfortunately that particular holiday bazaar that we were at was a little bit of a bust. It was very
Oh,
disappointing. So
sucks.
yeah, that was crazy. But we had Thanksgiving in between there also. And now it's Christmas. So if I have glitter all over my face, it's not because I picked up, a pole job. It's because I've been doing
Mm-hmm.
Christmas all day in my house. Well, of
Awesome.
course, football and Christmas has been
Oh,
the theme of today.
speaking of that, did you
Yeah, I know.
see
Oh yeah,
your team beat my team?
yeah, yeah. Well, so you should let everybody know that football is new. You decided that you
Right, because
that
he was
you
cute.
you want to have a football team or your own football team. So you have picked. Do you remember who your team is?
The Washington Commanders,
Perfect. Do you know who they used to be?
Redskins.
Yeah, good job. But did you watch the game today?
No, I haven't watched any of the games,
Oh,
but they
okay.
won. I saw that they won.
They more than one. They spanked the other team. So, yeah, they played really good today, but unfortunately, I mean, the steel curtain, it's hard to penetrate.
Well, you know what? You know what? I like my B2 better than I like my football team. So
Same
I'm
here.
glad. I'm
Same
glad
here.
you got the
Same here.
win.
I'm very competitive. I mean, I love my B2, but I'm very competitive and I want to beat your team when we play. My husband and I, we
Oh,
have
yeah.
opposing teams also, so it's not just you. Um, yeah, that was well. We already talked about that when the Steelers. We went to the game in Vegas, and the Steelers just killed them. So, um, booze helps with that. Speaking of booze, do you have something? Are you drinking anything?
I am. I'm drinking out of my Harry Potter wine glass. Obviously, it's a nice red. It
Yeah,
is.
it looks like a deep red.
It's my favorite
Oh,
kaleidoscope.
kaleidoscope.
I found it at Total
Mm-hmm.
Wine with you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
we're supposed to be getting a Total Wine.
Oh,
I can't
we're
wait.
never going to see Cindy.
I
Where's
know.
Cindy at? She's at Total Wine again.
Yeah, yeah. She didn't need to come visit. We
Okay,
don't.
so I have two, and they're both local. And I actually got them when I was at the holiday bazaar. Um, we probably spent more than we made, and it was mostly on booze.
Hmm.
There was a distillery next to us, and she had whiskey, and it's a local distillery also, and they were so good. One of them was a peppermint whiskey, and she had me try it, and it was really good. And she goes, "Now let me have you try it with hot chocolate." She had a thermos of hot chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, sold. I'll take one. We ended up buying 2 of those bottles of whiskey. But anyways, so the first one I'm super excited about. It is
Oh, yum.
it's a chocolate espresso martini, and it's made by a company called 503 Brewing. So it's a vodka chocolate cold brew, and it's nitro. So I do have a glass, and with the
Okay.
nitro, you have to shake it up first to activate the nitro. It doesn't, and then let's see if we can do this together. Mm,
It doesn't look very nitro.
it doesn't look very nitro-y to me either, but I've had it for a couple weeks now, so maybe
I have
I
that
should have.
glass. Is that from the beer
Yeah,
fest?
that's the brew fest that you went to it.
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
one that I was sick, and so
Yes.
you and Chris went with Isaiah and
Yep.
ran into our friends there. Yeah. Okay, so
It looks flat.
it's very flat. I shouldn't have waited so long to drink it. I mean, it's been refrigerated though. That's flat. That's very flat. Oh my goodness, it's 14%. Right there, 14.
Girl, are you going to
That's a
drink it?
bummer. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, there's a little bit of bubble in it.
No.
Okay. Well, I probably will still drink it because I'm a little bit of a lush that way. But I have another one. It's by the same brewing company, 503 Brewing. This one is a blood orange greyhound.
Ooh.
So it's vodka, blood orange, and grapefruit. And this one's only 9%. It's a 503 Distilling Company. So
Okay,
it's local. Let's try this one. This one's also 2 weeks old, so hopefully.
well, it should be fine.
That's good.
Yep.
This one's still like you can taste the espresso and you can taste the chocolate. But it definitely it lost the
Just looks flat. I don't like flat ones.
but it still has good flavor and it's
Oh.
super cold. So I opened the window hoping it would keep it cold, and not to mention I have hot flashes, and with this ring light on, I'm like, I'm dying. So with the glitter and the sweat, I look like I just crawled out from under a bridge. So I'm like, what?
Or from the titty bar.
Yeah. I'm I have a side gig.
Right.
Okay, so we just had Thanksgiving. We just celebrated Thanksgiving. So what'd you do for Thanksgiving?
I just went over to Chris's parents' house and we ate. That was about
We
it.
ate. So how did you guys have turkey or ham?
Oh, well, yeah. Chris makes the best turkey. Actually, they had turkey and ham.
Oh,
But
okay.
Chris uses Alton Brown's recipe
Oh,
and he does
okay.
this brine
Mhm.
and it's the best turkey I've ever had. It's very juicy, even the breast.
Mhm.
And he only has to cook it for like 4 hours,
Yeah.
which
So he does it in the oven. He doesn't like fry it or
Right.
smoke it or
Right.
okay. Yeah, Isaiah really wanted to smoke the turkey this year, and I was like, nope, I do it this way. And then afterwards, I was like, I just don't like turkey as much as I used to.
Oh, really?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Next
man.
year, I decided I'm just going to do a turkey breast or get a very small turkey, and Isaiah can smoke that, and do a ham. Because ham, I do still love turkey sandwiches though. The next day with cranberry sauce and like I love a leftover Thanksgiving turkey sandwich. But yeah,
I make mine in a tortilla,
oh yeah, yeah. I think we
a
talked about
Thanksgiving
that.
roll up.
Or
Yeah, I
maybe I
think we
knew
did.
that.
No,
Yeah, I think
I
we
think we
talked about
talked
yeah,
about it.
yeah, yeah. So Thanksgiving for me, when we're home, which we are normally home, sometimes we go home to California for family. But when we're home, my bestie Michelle and her family always come over. And that's been tradition for as long as I can remember. So they, of course, came over. And then we have some other friends who don't really have any family here. And so we invited them over. So they came over as well. So it was really fun. I always do the turkey and all the sides, and then the bestie does like the relish tray, the deviled eggs, the rolls, the pies. And she knows that Isaiah and I don't like pumpkin pie. So she made a sweet potato pie and she made it from scratch. It was really, really good. And she left all the pie with us.
Like,
Yeah. And she always makes ambrosia salad because I love that. And so she'll always make that too. But it was really fun. So we ate this year. So normally I'll do mac and cheese and I'll do collard greens and cornbread because that's what Isaiah always grew up with for Thanksgiving. And per Isaiah's dad, who Phil, I call him Phil, father-in-law. But Phil said, now that all the white people have found out how good collard greens are, they're very hard to find, which is true. I was not able to make collard greens this year because everybody was sold out of them. And there was one store who was trying to pass off spinach as collard greens. And I'm like, Isaiah's like, oh, here they have collard greens. And I'm like, that doesn't look right. And then we look at the little tag and it's spinach. We're like, nice try. Nice try. We know what collard greens are. I mean, it's like Swiss chard looks more like collard greens than spinach. But so we, I did do my mac and cheese, and he specifically wanted bacon and breadcrumbs on top, and we did. But at one point, I was like, "What does that smell? Something's on fire!"
oh
Yeah, it was
no.
my mac and cheese.
Oh no.
I hate my stove. We have a brand new stove. Well, it's maybe a year old now. I hate it. I really wanted an induction stove because our house is not plumbed for gas. Otherwise, I'd much rather have gas. But I really wanted an induction stove, but they were on back order by like, it's still hard to get one around here. So I have this stupid electric stove that I absolutely hate. It's my arch nemesis at this point. Like me and my stove every night, we're like, okay, who's gonna win this one? I'm like, I'm ready. Like, but yeah. So I had the mac and cheese in the broiler, and the breadcrumbs caught on fire. I'm like fanning. I'm like, open the windows, open the windows.
Oh my gosh.
But then after we got done eating, wait, did your dog just drink your wine?
Yeah. Yeah, she did. She was like,
So I've talked about how Murphy has all the different personalities. He has one named Arthur because
oh,
no, he has one named Dudley because he is an alcoholic. Anyways, so when we got done with dinner, we cleared the table and got the kitchen all cleaned up, and then we started playing games, which
oh,
was so much fun. I love board games,
yes.
dice game, love them all. So it was a really, really good time. We had so much fun. So, but it's funny, Thanksgiving is very different as an adult
Oh,
than
yes.
it was when we were kids.
Definitely.
Like traditions
Well,
are very different.
and you asked what I do.
Hmm.
I actually invented, I just haven't done it in a couple of years because we've just had so much going on, but I invented Thanksmas.
Oh,
So
okay.
I know but our listeners. So
Hmm.
Thanksmas, I started that when Matt and I got divorced and would always go with him for Thanksgiving and Christmas to the ranch in Texas,
Hmm.
which was totally fine
Yeah.
because here it was just me and my mom.
Yeah.
And we can make our Christmas and Thanksgiving whatever day we need to.
Hmm.
But, all her family comes from, or all his family, I mean, comes from different areas and whatever. And so
Yep.
it's, and it's so fun. Like I totally miss those. But
I went once with you.
yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes.
And it was
It
a
was
lot
at
of fun.
Jeannie's that time.
Yep. Yep.
So usually it's there or at the ranch or
Hmm.
wherever. But
Hmm.
so anyway, I created Thanksmas. So whenever I had time between the Thanksgiving and Christmas, we would have ours. And so it
Okay.
might be closer to Christmas, might be closer to Thanksgiving. It just depends. And then my sister really likes to come. And
Hmm.
so like
Hmm.
she's got to come before. And so, but I haven't done it in a couple of years, but I do love
Hmm.
Thanksmas.
Well, also your daughter's in college now, and it's a little different.
Right. But she's
On top
still,
of Does she still
Yeah.
love it?
Well, yeah, and she usually still goes, but this was the first year she hasn't gone to Thanksgiving just because
Oh,
she
okay.
had so much schoolwork. I told you about that lovely
Yeah. Oh,
project that
yeah.
she was
Yeah.
working on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
was
yeah,
glad I wasn't working on it.
yeah, me too. So traditions
Mm-hmm.
for Thanksgiving. So
Mm-hmm.
when I was little, it was always at my grandma and grandpa's house,
Mm-hmm.
and they would cook the turkey, and it was dry. Always, it was so dry. But we always had hors d'oeuvres,
Oh,
and
yeah.
so there was meat and cheese trays. There were pickles,
Mm-hmm.
olives, crackers, chips, dips,
Yep.
uh, just everything that you could think of. And so you'd be snacking while
Mm-hmm.
you're cooking the meal and whatnot.
Yep.
When I moved here, like everybody's like, why would, because I was like, should I bring the hors d'oeuvres? And they're
Right.
like, why would you bring hors d'oeuvres?
Because we're hungry.
Because I want
Yes.
to eat all day long. What
Yeah.
is wrong with you?
Yes.
So, so that was one thing Matt's family did not have.
Uh-huh.
And I brought it one year and nobody touched it. I was like, well, I'll just take this home.
See, I grew up that way also. My mom always did the relish tray, which was the olives and the pickles and the fruits or the fruits. We didn't eat fruit in my house, it was too expensive. The veggies with the dip,
Hmm.
like crackers, meat and cheese, like all that was always, my mom called it the deviled eggs.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
always put out ahead of time.
Yep.
And you snacked on that while you were waiting for dinner.
Hmm.
That's how I would still do it. But because the bestie is the one that brings the relish tray and everything, I'm assuming she grew up eating that with dinner. So or the remember the cheese balls with
Oh, yeah. With
the
the
nut,
cracker and
like
stuff.
the yeah. So it was always served with dinner, and I would never eat any of it because I'm like, no, I'm here for the stuffing and the mashed potatoes and the sweet potatoes and the green bean casserole. I'm here for
Oh,
that.
yeah.
This was supposed to be 2 hours ago.
Exactly. I was
Yeah,
supposed to
yeah.
be done with this.
So, but because we had other friends over this year also, and we were still getting dinner ready, I said, "Why don't you put out the veggie tray and everything?" So she did, and we had that while we were waiting. But yeah, that was always a thing when I was a kid. You started, and also we ate so much earlier when I was a kid. Like Thanksgiving dinner was always at like 1 o'clock or two
Yeah.
o'clock.
Yeah.
And so you woke up and you started eating off the relish tray
Right.
until the turkey and everything came
Yeah.
out. And then
Yeah.
you had that. Then you all like
Passed
napped or
out.
sat around, passed
Yep.
out. And then you went back for round two around 4 or 5 o'clock. And
Yep.
yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
So,
but
oh,
guess what? This year I did, well, I didn't make the whole thing, but I made the filling for the coconut cream pie
oh,
from, yeah, his mom showed me her
okay.
recipe. And so she had made the crust and then she made the meringue for the top, but I made the
I
filling.
don't know that I've ever had a coconut cream pie, partially because one, I don't like coconut.
Oh,
But I've never even seen that as a Thanksgiving like pie. It's always
um,
pecan, sweet potato, pumpkin.
it was delicious.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Okay. I would totally try it, even though coconut is not my favorite, but depending on, like, I love coconut flavored drinks. So,
Yeah. Well, and I don't feel like it's so the coconut in the creamy part in the filling, like you don't have that texture.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
just some sprinkled on the top of the meringue
Hmm.
and it's toasted from the oven. So it's a little bit brown. It's
Hmm.
really, really good.
So, funny story, lemon meringue pie. I've never liked it. I would
Oh,
always take the meringue off and eat because I love lemon. Well, you when we were kids, your mom had a lemon tree
yep.
bush
Yeah.
in the backyard, and we would take the lemons and we would cut them in half and put it in our mouth and see who could go the longest without making a face.
Yep.
And we would always drink my mom's lemon juice that
Yep.
she kept in the
And she'd get
fridge.
mad at us.
She would get mad at us, like, damn it, girl, stop drinking my lemon juice.
Yes.
So I've always loved lemon. So lemon meringue pie, I love lemon meringue pie, but
Huh.
I would always take the meringue off. I didn't like the meringue. And then I was visiting my grandma, who thought apparently I was starving and couldn't afford to eat because she would always like feed me when I would go to her house. Your dog has a question.
Yes.
Miss Avery would like to ask you a question. Normally it's your cats. So
I know.
this is you like your pets are like they're I don't know, they're trying to like steal our limelight.
Yeah. Look at that face.
I mean, that is
She's
I
a
mean,
sweetie.
like the dog interrupts you, I have no problem because I love dogs. I mean,
Yep.
I like cats too. I People think I hate cats. I don't hate
No.
cats. I just
No.
don't ever want one.
Yeah. You
uh,
had one.
but she jaded me. But dogs, I'm much more forgiving. Look at that face. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Did I ever tell you about the time when I was working from home and my dog was in the back on a? Okay, so I was on a Teams call, and I'm this tiny little square, like down in the bottom, because, they're showing us a, presentation or whatever. And then I get an instant message from one of my coworkers. She's like, "Oh, your dog is so cute." And I'm like, "What? My dog's so cute." So I turn my camera off and I look, and Murphy is on the back of the couch behind me. And he's like,
Oh.
so he was looking at everybody and everybody's like, "Oh, Cher's dog's so cute." I'm like, get down. That's what Avery's doing right now. She's like, "Hey."
Yep.
Anyways, where were we talking? Thanksgiving?
Yep. Thanksgiving. Lemon.
Oh yeah, lemon meringue pie. My grandma used to always think I was starving. So I go to visit my grandma and she's like, "Are you hungry?" And I'm like, "No, I already ate. I ate on my way. I'm not hungry." I get there and of course she has like a 7-course meal laid out. I'm
Of
like,
course.
"I said I wasn't hungry." So you don't want to disappoint grandma, and grandmas always make the best food. So
Of
of course
course.
I'm gonna eat some. But then I'm like, I'm so full because I literally stopped and I grabbed lunch on my way. And then I get there and she forces me to eat. So I eat again, which I mean, it's not a stretch for me to eat, 2 lunches. But then she's like, "Oh, I have some pie." And I'm like, "No, grandma, really." I'm like, I'm so full. I can't eat pie. And she brings out lemon meringue pie. And I'm like,
Like, well, maybe there's a little bit room.
no, no. I was like, I don't like the lemon meringue pie is my absolute least favorite. Like, I will go for any other pie before I go for a lemon meringue pie. But I'm like, son of a geez, Louise. So she's like, "It's so good. You have to taste it." And I had like kicked all the meringue off. She's like, "No, honey, you need to eat it with this. It's so good." I'm like, "Oh, I can't. What am I can't let grandma down." So I was like, "All right, I'll try it." I was like, "Normally I don't like meringue, but I'll try it." I took a bite and I was like, like, "What is this?" And I like, it was a Marie Callender's lemon
Oh,
meringue pie. If you haven't had one, it has converted me. It it made me switch teams. Lemon meringue pie is now one of my favorites, but I
cool.
am still very partial to Marie Callender's specifically.
Okay.
It was so good. It was so good. Um,
Interesting.
but I have a really funny Thanksgiving Day story from when I
I
was a
want to hear
kid.
it.
So it's Thanksgiving is very different now as an adult versus when I was a kid. For one, I've talked about how I come from a very large family and we all lived in the same town. So every holiday was spent together, and quite often we would host. And I don't know if it's because I don't know why. Easter was always at my grandparents' ranch, but often Christmas and Thanksgiving was always at our house. My mom was a very, very good cook. So maybe that's why, but I have aunts and uncles who were good cooks too. Maybe they were lazy. I don't know. But it was quite often we were the ones hosting. So we had our Christmas tree up already. And this is where the story starts because my dad decided, I'm going to go cut our Christmas tree. He went and he just went. We lived in this is when we lived in that gated community. Um, the town that my mom lives in now, it's a little gated community out
Yes.
in kind of the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
So there's a lot of forest and there's a lake and it has its own grocery store. And anyways, um, so it's funny because I'm talking about how poor we were all the time as a kid. And then I'm saying we lived in a gated community. I don't know how we ended up in this gated community. We lived in this private gated community. Um, so anyways, my dad decided I'm going to go get our Christmas tree. Now, you have to have a permit to go and cut your own Christmas tree. But my dad's like, who's going to know? He goes out. He goes out into the woods and cuts down a Christmas tree. He brings it back, and the Christmas tree is about 4 feet tall. Like, he cut the top, and it wasn't. So his fix, my dad, MacGyver that he was, got a stump and nailed the tree to the stump, and then covered the stump to make the tree like a 6-foot tree.
Oh.
So it was not very sturdy. Let me just start with that. So we have Thanksgiving at our house, and our Christmas tree is already up. My mom was one of those where she liked to Christmas and Thanksgiving, like that's when you made the transition. So often we had our Christmas tree up during Thanksgiving. So a bunch of my aunts and uncles were there. All of my cousins were all running around. My dad's dad, who we called Papa Doo, went and decided to help himself to something that hadn't been put out yet for, because my mom, she had this goes out and then this goes out and then this goes out and then this goes out. Like she had it timed, I guess. And it was deviled eggs, actually. I remember what it was. It was deviled eggs. So my grandpa, who we called Papa Doo, he went and he got into the fridge and helped himself to a deviled egg. And my dad had said something like, hey, Nancy hasn't put those out yet. Like, just be patient. Well, my uncle, Kenny, did not like that my dad would tell their dad that he can't have a deviled egg yet. Okay. So they got into a fist fight. My mom's like trying to break up the fight. My aunts are like jumping in and because my aunts are scrappy also. They'll throw down as well. So they jump into it. My mom's crying. One of either my dad or my uncle gets pushed into the Christmas tree, which is barely hanging on because it's nailed to a block. It falls over. That's when my mom started crying. Then my mom started crying because now the tree's like on the ground. Everybody hugged, made up, and it was fine. But that was a typical Thanksgiving in my house as a kid. So very different as an adult having Thanksgiving to when I was a kid and my dad and uncle started, a fist fight over deviled eggs. And then my mom cried.
Yes. I will tell you, there is something that they'd always have then that I definitely do not have now. Pickled pig's feet.
That's a Southern thing.
Okay, well, it was my mom and her parents, and they're from the north.
Oh, it was your mom's side of the family that did that? Okay, but where was your grandma and grandpa from?
Like North Dakota or something.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's weird.
So, I don't know.
You questioned her about that?
No. She eats some weird things. No, definitely not.
So remember JPS that I had a huge crush on, and then his family lived across the street from me. So I would go over to their house all the time. That was a very common dish in their house.
Pickled pig's feet?
Yeah. But mom was Mexican, I'm pretty sure. And the sister was definitely Mexican mix.
I remember that.
Yeah. So that was something I tried it at their house, and it actually wasn't bad, but I couldn't get over what it was. Now as an adult, I would probably be like, I mean, if it's good, it's good. I'll eat it. But when I was a, 13-year-old, I was like, it's what?
Hell no.
What? I can't even.
They look so gross.
In the jar, they look disgusting.
That's how they'd lay them out on the table. They were eating that whole thing.
They would just eat the.
Yes.
Oh, ew.
I know.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Ew.
I don't know. You can ask my mom. I think she was the only person that ate them. I don't know.
Did you do well? So, okay, but your mom didn't do that as a tradition growing up.
I don't know.
No, for you.
Oh, God. Well, at my grandma and grandpa's.
Oh, it was always there at your grandma and grandpa's. Okay.
Yeah,
I
and I
don't know.
remember
I don't
as
know if
like
I
a young adult, no one had it, and I had to go to the store and get it. I was like, I don't even know where this would be.
now they would make it into a soup. It was like a
No, this was
soup
just
stew, just ugh. That's as bad as my dad, one of his favorite snacks when I was a kid, he would get a can of sardines and a sleeve of saltine crackers, and
gross.
he would just put the sardines on the cracker and eat them. That was like one of his favorite snacks. I'm like,
Yeah, that's gross.
remember when at the pizza place that we worked at when we were kids, that was,
Anchovies.
yeah, anchovies was, you could get the combination with anchovies on it. That
Hmm.
like there was no extra charge for it.
Right. You could get those little shrimp too, which I have never seen a pizza with shrimp except for there.
That's right. I totally forgot about the shrimp.
Yeah, that combo or supreme or whatever. If they wanted
Yeah,
absolutely everything,
you could do
you
shrimp and
could.
anchovies. I forgot about the shrimp. I totally remember the anchovies, but
Do you remember how we had instructions on like each pizza on how many? Well,
the
when it
ounces, yeah, you had to weigh everything.
but with the anchovies. So if it was on a supreme, you ripped them up into little pieces and sprinkled them around. Did you ever have to make an anchovy only pizza? You just laid them out on each piece.
Yeah. So there was a family that used to come in. It was a single mom, and she had her daughter and her son. I think she was Hawaiian, or I feel like she was some sort of Pacific Islander. And her daughter was also Pacific Islander, but then her son was mixed white. And but her son, he was cutest little kid. We went to school with the daughter, but I don't remember her name now. Um, but the son, he was only like 5. He would always order a personal anchovy pizza. That's all he wanted on it. It was just cheese and anchovy.
It's
Every single
just
time they came in, he loved it.
gross.
Did I ever tell you about the time though? I may have told the story when there was a girl who was my arch nemesis, JW. You know who I'm talking about? And they had come in and I put anchovy juice all over her pizza. Did I tell that story already? Yeah.
Well, when I worked there, somebody, you know how you'd get a little personal pizza for your break for
Mhm.
free?
Yep, yep.
Somebody put an anchovy under the cheese.
Did you throw up?
Oh no, but I bit into it and I was like, "Bleh."
So, my ex-husband and I had decided to go to this fancy dinner place. This is when we lived in the Bay Area. And I don't know what the occasion was, but it was like this super fancy restaurant. And it was in a super swanky town. Like most people, like you had to be really rich to live in this town. So we go to this restaurant and he orders a Caesar salad. And it comes out and he goes, "Ooh, bacon." And he takes a bite and he's like, apparently on a real Caesar salad, they'll put an anchovy on it because the Caesar
Oh.
dressing has anchovy in it. A traditional Caesar does, and it was anchovy, not bacon. Like, that's
Uh
what you get.
yeah, I did that once at a fancy restaurant too. I was like, "Ooh, I ordered the Caesar salad," and I literally called them over. I was like, "Take this away. This salad tastes like fish." They're probably like, "Okay, dork."
Yeah. I remember. Do you? So you had a CE class in San Francisco, and it's when I still live there. So I would come and stay with you at your hotel because I could just stay
Yep.
with you for free, and I could just drive over there or take the BART over. But your administrator took us to dinner, and we went to the Stinking Rose. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Yeah, that is still one of my favorite restaurants to this day. It's
If
so
you like garlic.
Oh my gosh. There's a dish called the 30 clove chicken, and it's literally a chicken breast dinner that has 30 cloves of garlic on it. But the appetizer there, they bring out bread, oil and vinegar or
Mhm.
oil, and this place they bring you out a it's a little burner that has the garlic cloves in it with olive and bread, and you put Yeah.
That's right.
That's still one of my favorite. Like if I'm doing a fancy dinner party where I want to impress people, I'll warm up a baguette and then I'll roast a bulb of garlic and I'll have brie cheese on the side. And yeah,
Oh,
I make
that
it
is.
look all fancy, but
You should do that next time I come so you can
I
impress me.
absolutely will. So one of my girlfriends who now has moved away, she lives over on the East Coast now, but I every now and then we would get together just for a girls' night, hang out and um she would roast like 5 bulbs, not cloves, bulbs of garlic, and we would eat
Right.
all of it.
Well,
And then the
yeah,
next
the
morning,
roasted
you wake
garlic.
up and you're like, "What is that smell? That's you. That
That's
smell
you.
is you."
It's seeping. It's seeping out
It's
of your
seeping
pores.
out of everywhere, including your you know. Yeah. It's coming out from everywhere. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so I actually am doing something a little bit different right now. Um, I tell you that I signed up for 3 5Ks?
No, but I do know that you have been doing some 5Ks, which I'm really like super proud of you.
Well, so because it's hurting my hip, I'm
Uh,
pretty much walking because
yeah.
that first
Yep,
one I
but
did,
that's
I tried
okay.
to jog some and it was like, oh, that's really painful. So I'm not going to do
Yeah.
that anymore. But I do walk them. So I did a Halloween one and I did a Thanksgiving one. My
Yep.
sister actually flew out
Mhm.
and she did it with me.
Yep.
And then I'm doing a candy cane one, or no, not candy.
Oh.
Yeah, candy cane. Um, this next weekend,
Mhm.
and you get like a medal and you get a shirt,
Mhm.
and it's
Mhm.
it's going to be really cute. It's got Rudolph. I love Rudolph. So,
So they're all themed and so you dress for them too? Yeah, yeah, those ones are
well,
the most fun.
I mean, you get a shirt, so I just wear the shirt.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But yes, you
So,
can.
Michelle and I used to run a bunch of 5Ks.
Yes.
That's when that's when we were younger. That was before I had a bad hip and a bad shoulder and all that good stuff. But um there's one here in the Pacific Northwest that's very, very popular. It's called the Shamrock Run.
Oh, I remember seeing your pictures.
Absolutely. So we did that one several times. I actually really miss it. It was really fun. But I remember my very first 5K ever was in the Bay Area. It's when I lived in the Bay Area. Or no, yes. So I was commuting to California and back because I already knew Michelle and obviously I met her from living up here. So we decided to run this 5K together and my mom ended up coming down and she was there for my very first 5K. Maybe we'll
Oh,
post pictures. Um but I came in like in my age group, I came in third in my age group. And
wow.
that was my very first 5K. So I was just going to the gym all the time and I was
Yeah.
running a lot. And so that was the very first 5K. And actually, Michelle and I did that one together. And then we did like 3 more 5Ks or five. And then we did like one of the obstacle 5Ks. It
Oh,
wasn't a tough mutter, but it was kind of similar to that. We did a foam run 5K, which was really cool too.
huh.
But I would love to do 5Ks again. But for one, I'm super out of shape right now. So it would take a while to get back into a 5K condition. And I have a bad hip. So
Yeah.
it
I do
would be
too.
it would
Is it
be
your
hard to
right one or left one?
well, it's my left, but it's actually not my hip. And I'm sure I probably told you this. So I basically where my tailbone sits into my pelvis, I have arthritis there. And so it affects the whole left side of me where it feels like it's my hip, but it's really the the pelvis and the spine. But
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Mine's the right. So,
yeah, mine's the left. For the longest time, I was like, "What is going on?" But here's the thing: I went to a what's the people that physical therapist. I was doing PT, and night and day. I was like, "Oh my god, this is like I can't believe how this it like I it feels great." So I got to a point where now one thing about me is I am very compliant. If if I'm told you need to do this and this and I have to be accountable for that, I will absolutely do A, B, and C. When I'm not held accountable, I'm like, So when I was seeing the physical therapist every single week, I was doing exactly what he told me to do every single day, exactly to the T. And then I got to a point where he's like, you don't need me anymore. You know what you need to do. I don't do it. So Isaiah is so good about like at night, like when we're ready to call it a night, we come upstairs, we have our routine. I take my contacts out, I wash my face, brush Murphy's teeth. I don't brush my teeth at night, but I brush my dog's teeth at night. Then, we crawl into bed and I'll do puzzles or, read or watch TV or whatever. Isaiah is very good. He'll do all of his stretches. He'll do yoga. He has his whole like hour and a half routine, and
Oh my gosh.
babe, do you want me to stretch you out? I'm like, no, I'm good. He's like, do you want to stretch with me? Do you want to do yoga? I'm like, no, I'm good. Meanwhile, I can't move because the whole left side of me is so stiff from my, bad hip. I call it my grandma hip, but it really is technically arthritis.
Okay.
It's the start of arthritis. So you would think, since I felt like a 20-year-old again when I was doing physical therapy and doing the stretches that I was supposed to do, that I would continue doing those. But I don't know. Once I've decided, my bed, like there's nothing that can deter me from that. I'm like,
Yeah.
nope, this is my eye is set. Like,
Yeah, I
that's
feel
where
like
I'm
I'd
going.
fall asleep. I'd fall asleep doing the yoga or the stretches. I'd be like,
My husband does. I'll hear like, and I'll look over and I'm like, I'll throw a pillow at him. I'm like, babe, are you still doing yoga?
oh, that's funny.
Yeah, he falls asleep all the time doing it.
Sleep.
He relaxed himself right into a nap.
Right. Yeah, instead of downward facing dog, it's sleeping dog.
Exactly. Yeah, when I'm laying in bed sleeping, he's like, babe, do you want to stretch out with me? I'm like, I am.
I am stretched out.
I am stretching.
Well,
it just looks different than what you're doing.
Right. Mine's more comfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, but I'm doing a virtual 5K. Have you heard of that?
Well, no. So I was working out with a personal trainer there for a while, and she's like, we can do it online too. And I'm like, no, you don't know me. If it's online, it's not going to happen. I have to like come and see. So tell us about this.
So what you do is you sign up for the one that I'm using is the Conqueror Challenge. It's on like Facebook and stuff. And so there was one that they offered on Thanksgiving that was free.
Oh, okay.
Like, I guess it was a Black Friday thing because you literally get the medal too for free.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
So, my sister and I signed up for it, and you can actually be a team. So like, let's say it's 70 miles or something that you have to finish to get this medal.
Oh, I know what this is. You
Yeah.
you do it and log your.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
And so this one that we got for free was Dublin, Ireland one. And
Okay.
so it's actually really cool. So we signed up, and so we both get to work towards the whatever it is, 70 miles. We both got that Adidas Runtastic or something app that's free,
Okay.
and it tracks like your steps pretty much.
Okay.
But
do you
can
have
connect
a little pedometer, or does
No,
it?
I just have my phone.
Oh, your phone.
So
Okay.
yeah, and so as soon as you're ready to go, you say like, okay, I'm going. Like, you could either run or walk or whatever.
Yeah.
But it tracks you because you allow it to have your location. And so it tells you how much you went, but then you can hook it to that Conqueror Challenge. And so as soon as I'm done, it uploaded it to there. But it's cool because it shows you this whole map. Like for this one, it's Ireland.
Yep.
And so it shows you like where you're going.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And it tells you stuff about it. It's actually really fun. So
that would be really cool. So so are you doing it with your middle sister?
yes.
Okay. So, and she's been to Ireland.
Yes.
So this will probably be really cool for her.
Yes.
Yeah. So my friend Lisa, who lives in the UK, she was doing a similar thing while we were visiting her. So she had to get so many steps a day. Hers was more of a challenge. It wasn't a 5K thing, but it was all done online, and you log it all online. And yeah.
Which it's not a
That would be
5K.
fun.
It's a lot of miles.
Yeah.
But and honestly, you could just log. I mean, you could lie if you wanted to and just get your medal that you normally pay for. But you know.
Well, yeah,
So
why would you do that? You're just
I
cheating
don't know.
yourself at that point.
Exactly. Yeah, but so she did like 2 miles and I've done a mile and a half so far, and it shows that we've done 3.5 miles.
Oh, awesome. When did it
So,
start?
well, we both bought them on Thanksgiving, but I mean, I think I put like 9 months or something for me to finish it, which because I had no idea. So, and then now she's going to be helping. So obviously we'll get it done before then.
Okay, okay. No, this is a good way to get motivated too. Like if you want to get off the couch and
It
like
really
this is,
is.
yeah,
But
it's
you
one of,
can do, I mean, you could even, if you only had time to do, 30 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever, or you could do it on the elliptical,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
whatever.
see, again, I am super competitive. So those kind of challenges, like that, nothing gets me motivated more than like one of those kind of challenges. I am, I'm a dog with a bone when it comes to those. Are you still there? Did your computer just die? Uh-oh. So it was plugged in, but what? This would be a good opportunity for me to go get another drink since my coffee one is weird. Hey, there you are. Oh, that tastes really bad now after this. Can you hear me?
Oh,
Oh, you hung up.
it's on the phone. I was like, where's it coming from?
Yeah, we were talking about the 5K. Oh, I was saying
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
very competitive. Yeah, no, I'm very competitive. So anytime it's like one of those kind of challenges, I'm a dog with a bone. I'm like I will go for people. So no, an iWatch, well, people with Apple products.
Yeah.
So if you have an the Apple, you can challenge your friends
Mm.
that you're friends with on the health thing. So I would see it would be like 10 o'clock at night and I'm like, where are they at? And I would look and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go for a walk. And I would go for like a mile and a half walk. And the person would wake up there, I'm like, sharp. I'm super competitive. So
Want to be on my team?
yeah, yeah.
Good.
I'll add all sorts of miles on
Hell
there.
yeah.
I don't have so the Adidas thing, it's just well, we can talk offline, but yeah, I'll totally join your team. Heck yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think you have to pay to register.
Now there's a fee. How much is
Probably.
it?
I'll look. Um,
Well, you don't have to look right now. You can let me know later.
okay. So are you ready for
Should we do some
I
trivia?
think so. I'm excited because the last time, I only looked at the ones I asked you. I have not looked at any other questions, but I'm really excited. I like the questions in this
Look,
game.
I would just like to say mine are all still in packages also.
Okay.
I haven't cheated. And I was so tempted to bust this out on Thanksgiving. I was like,
Oh,
nope.
I know.
No.
I
I was
know.
like,
I want to play it
this
too.
is mine and my B2s.
Yep.
Sorry, no can do,
Yep.
people. No can do. I know it looks cool, and that's why we do it because we're cool.
Yep.
But okay. Well, if we're ready for trivia, I will just hop right on. And the first one, I have no idea what I. Okay, well, I'll ask you. Maybe you know. Okay, so the movie Heathers.
Yes.
Oh, you know it?
Yes.
Oh, I've never even heard of it. Portrayed a popular clique of girls. Three of it's smudged. The card is smudged. I can't read what it says. Oh, three of whom were named Heather. What was the fourth character's first name?
I don't remember that
Yeah,
detail.
I've never even heard of the movie, so kudos to you for at least knowing. Okay, well, I'll give you a hint because I mean, I don't know this movie, but the name I know. So Kirstie Alley had a sitcom that was Something Closet.
Allie. No.
No, Kirstie Alley
Oh,
had a sitcom that was Blank Closet.
I remember the show, but I don't remember the name.
Veronica.
Oh, yeah.
So the movie Heathers portrayed a popular clique of girls, three of whom were named Heather. The fourth character was Veronica.
For some reason, I think Christian Slater was in it, but I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, I've literally never even heard of the movie.
I've seen it once.
Interesting.
I mean,
Yeah. Well, you know me, I watch a movie once and I never see it again. So movies from 20 years ago, I still have a list of movies that I need to watch so that we can confer later. Okay. Which R&B group performed the 1991 hit I Wanna Sex You Up? You had their
I
CD or
did.
their
And
cassette.
guess
You
what?
had their cassette.
They're from Oklahoma. Color
Really?
Me Bad.
Yeah. I had no idea they're
Hey,
from
I
Oklahoma.
had, when we went to our ranch as a teenager, a
Uh-huh.
guy was flirting with me and that song was playing and he was literally like right in front of me singing it to my face. I'm like, it was so awkward.
Oh,
Isn't that,
weird.
I
Ew.
know, looking me in the
So,
eye and everything. I'm like looking anywhere but his face. I'm like, this is weird.
okay, so remember me telling you the story about the time I was doing the espresso the Spanish coffees at
Oh
the
yeah.
little beach
Yeah.
town, the bar that they did karaoke and they had pool and darts. So, Isaiah and I, we had a little quick little weekend getaway a couple weeks ago and we went to the same little beach town. So we were like, yeah, let's go to the bar, the one that we know so well. Well, I didn't tell the story about there was a super creepy guy that kept trying to dance with the girls and he had this weird look in his eyes and he did this weird creepy dance and we were like, what the hell is going on with this guy? So we go back to the same place. I did not drink Spanish coffees. Um but we were talking to the bartender and we were telling her about the first time. And she goes, oh, yeah, and she says his name. She goes, he's been arrested so many times because he apparently was in a corner, like watching girls dance and was pleasuring himself in
No.
the bar. We're like, we knew that guy was super creepy. We're like, you don't get that
Wow.
look in your eyes when you're just a normal. She goes, oh, yeah, he's been banned from like every bar. She knew exactly who we were talking about. She explained him to us. We're like, yep, that's the guy. Isn't that crazy
Yes.
creepy?
That's gross.
Yeah. Okay. What was the name of the little girl who befriended Frosty the Snowman in the animated holiday classic?
I have no idea.
I will give you a hint. The woman that is privileged and wants to start a fight with everybody.
Karen?
Yeah.
A little girl named Karen? There's no way.
I know, weird. But that's appropriate that we got a Christmas question because
That's true.
I've been turning my house into Christmas
Who
today.
would remember the little girl's name? That's weird.
Not me. That's it. I feel like the ones that you had last time we did this were way easier. So apparently I picked the hardest deck.
Great.
Sorry.
Great.
Okay. What brand used the tagline "Good to the last drop"?
Folgers Coffee.
No.
Is it
Close.
Sanka?
No, I totally forgot about Sanka until you just said that. That's a good guess, B2. No, it's the other like real popular one.
Folgers.
I don't even know if this coffee brand is around
Good to the
anymore.
last drop.
Mm-hmm. Sing the song in your head, and then maybe
I don't.
you'll hear it.
The best part of waking up is Folgers
That's
in your
Folgers.
cup.
I'm all sing the song. Wrong song.
I don't know. I don't know the song.
It's Maxwell House.
Oh, Maxwell House. Okay.
That's so funny. I totally forgot about Sanka. Wasn't that an instant coffee?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I am a coffee girl, but
Not Sanka.
not Sanka. Which, so during Christmas time, I am not a pumpkin spice latte person at all. I don't like pumpkin spice. I don't like pumpkin pie.
Right.
So I really don't like pumpkin spice stuff. But one of my favorite things to do is I'll get like a vanilla latte, but I like a splash of eggnog in it.
Ugh.
But now at my age, dairy doesn't really play well. It doesn't play nice with my stomach. So Isaiah and I, we've switched to like either oat milk or almond milk, or I found a eggnog made out of coconut milk. It's dairy free and it's eggnog made out of coconut milk. It's really good. We mixed it with whiskey on
I
Thanksgiving
just
and
don't
it was
like eggnog.
delicious.
I've tried it.
You know,
No,
yeah.
I just,
You're one of the, I mean, people either love it or hate it. I freaking love it. My favorite eggnog is with butterscotch in it. Butterscotch schnapps.
I mean, maybe I'd try that, but
It's really good. Well, if you don't like eggnog, you probably wouldn't like it. But let me tell you, butterscotch schnapps makes almost everything better.
well, true. Well, I could try it kind of like I tried that beet salad. You're like, why did you order a beet salad if you don't like beets? Because I really want to like beets.
See, I love beets. I love beet salad. Did I eat your beet
Yeah,
salad?
you did, thank
Yeah,
God, because
figured.
I
Yeah,
really did not care for it.
yeah, yeah. That was funny.
Hey,
You're like, I'm trying to be an adult. I'm trying things.
I used to not like avocados, and then one day I loved avocados. So I just keep trying. You never know.
You know what's funny? That's how it was with broccoli with me.
Oh, really?
I hated broccoli, and I remember when I was a kid, my I was playing with my little friend, and she had to. Her mom called her to eat dinner, and she was eating broccoli, and I thought that looks really good. And then I tried it, and I was like, I like broccoli.
Yeah,
I had never liked broccoli up until I saw her eating it.
gotta keep
I
trying
had
it.
I was like broccoli mofo, not mofo, FOMO.
Mofo. I'm a broccoli mofo.
Broccoli FOMO. I
Hey,
had broccoli FOMO.
have you ever had broccoli on a pizza? Do you remember that place in Reading?
Yes.
What was it
Oh wait,
called?
which place in Reading?
Angelo's.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know if I ever had their broccoli pizza, but I love broccoli on my pizza.
And
My
zucchini.
favorite. Oh wait, duh. We eat this whenever we're together.
The
We'll get
Papa
a Papa
Murphy's.
Murphy's pizza, the gourmet
Yep.
veggie with chicken on it.
No, I don't like chicken on it.
Oh, see,
I
I
like
get chicken on my
sausage.
half.
Sausage.
Yeah, you do. That's what all the boys. I read it on the wall in the girls' room. Cindy likes sausage. I had sausage for breakfast.
I bet you did.
Mhm. No, like real sausage. Anyways, this could go bad very quick.
Next question.
This is a kid-friendly show.
Yes.
Okay. What was the name of the millionaire on Gilligan's Island? This is a hard one. I bet you'll get his last name, but
Okay. I
because
know
they
he
always called him Mr. This.
I know he called his wife Lovey.
Yep. That's the dude. That's the dude we're talking about.
I can picture him. I don't know.
This chocolate espresso martini is really hard
Don't
after
drink
the
it. Don't drink
blood
it.
orange. But that's all I have, so I have to.
Girl, I can't remember his name.
I don't even know how to give you a hint
It's
on
okay.
this one.
I just don't know it, but I can picture him.
Thurston.
Oh.
So it's Thurston Howell the third. Remember Mr. Howell? They always called him Mr. Howell.
Oh, yeah. I could picture him, but
Yeah, these ones are hard, B2.
yeah, well.
You got hard ones. Sorry. You might get this one, especially if you're a big fan of what's that movie? Anyway, let me just ask you. Who originally performed Never Gonna Give You Up in 1987? Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you
Oh, wait,
down.
it's Rick Aston.
No, you're so close. Rick, and it does start with an
Astley.
Yes. Good job. Wasn't that in 40-Year-Old Virgin?
No.
Wait. No. What movie is it in though?
I don't know, but it's not that one.
Okay. Okay. In Home Alone, what item did Kevin accidentally steal from the Hubbard Woods Pharmacy after being spooked by old man Marley?
Toothbrush.
Good job. I don't think I would have gotten that one.
I know some
I like
things.
that we took a drink at the same time though. Okay. This one's hard. I know what it is, but it's kind of hard, but maybe you'll get it. What was the name of the toy ball characterized by its multicolored rubber strands extending from a central core? I know what this is because I worked in an office and we were all young and stupid and we would like shoot these at each other like across the cubicles. I was in like Cubicle Island where there
Yeah.
were like 30 cubicles.
I don't know.
A koosh ball.
Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna. Oh wait, this one I think you would
it's
get.
okay. It's okay.
So, some of these are
It's
okay.
okay.
Now I think they're getting they're
Are they
like
getting
more
better?
friendly now.
Okay.
I think they're getting more friendly. Okay, which game released in 1987 featured the characters Ryu and Ken and is widely credited for laying the foundation for the one-on-one fighting game genre?
Okay. Is it Street Fighter?
Yeah. So to this day, that's one game that my husband likes to play. He's not really a gamer. Every now and then he'll break out his PlayStation. Street Fighter is one of them. Wasn't there was just recently a Street Fighter movie, right?
Maybe.
Yeah. I never
Oh,
played Street Fighter. The only video games I played was Nintendo, and it was the one that my brother had. Remember,
oh
me and
yeah.
you would go into my brother's room, and he had that bed that was super high that we would have to like use a ladder to
Yep.
get
Yep.
onto, and we'd play his Nintendo.
Yes.
That's when he hung you out. He hung you out the window, and your pajama bottoms started falling off. Remember that?
Kenny. It was Kenny,
Oh, that was my cousin Kitty Boy.
or both of them.
So there's Kenny and
It
Kitty
was
Boy,
Kenny Boy.
Uncle
It
Kenny,
was
and
not Uncle
so
Kenny. It was Kenny Boy.
yeah, no, ew.
Right. What are you doing, sir? Um,
Um, yeah.
I have. Okay. Speaking of Street Fighter, have you ever watched any of the Black Mirror
Oh
show?
yes.
Did you see the one about the video game?
Yes.
That one, like, uh, it blew my mind. I was like, wait, is that gay?
That okay. So I'm not super into like that type of genre.
Yeah.
And Isaiah was watching and he's like, babe, I think you would really like this. You need to watch a couple episodes. So he had me watch a couple of them and I'm like, I was sucked in
I know, right?
immediately. Yeah, yeah. Oh, those were
Some of them
crazy.
are weird though. Like some of
Well,
them I
and
didn't like,
the
but
the game show one was great. It's like that one was crazy. And then the one where it was the Netflix where
I
wait,
mean,
I might
I
be confusing that one with
I didn't
a different
I
one.
didn't watch all of them.
Okay, but oh, okay. There was another one. It involved Netflix that was really cool. I'm more than positive it was Black Mirror. And then the one where it was like real life where you got like
Points,
yes, right?
like social media, like if
yes,
somebody said hi, you
if
look
so-
nice, you like it upped your points, and if
yes,
you were like kind of
yes.
snarky to
And then
someone,
by the end, she's like a mess and at her friend's wedding, and
yeah,
yeah.
those,
That was Ron Howard's daughter. She was the one in that one.
yeah,
I like her. Bryce Howard. Right?
yeah,
Bryce?
yeah. So Twilight, they had Victoria played by someone else, and then when Twilight got popular, they booted her and they put Ron Howard's daughter, which I liked her too, but I was kind of mad that that's happened
Oh,
because she got the part when somebody else was already the part.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, she's Victoria in Eclipse. But that other girl in the first
Oh,
one,
no, yeah. How do you do that? No, you can't do
yeah,
that.
they
You
did
can't do
it.
that. If this has been the character, and yeah, you can't do that.
They did it.
Do you remember, like, this was probably 14, 15 years ago? You had come up to visit me, and it was right at the height of
Oh
Twilight.
yeah, we went.
And
We like
so,
we took pictures in
well,
the parking lot.
that also, because that's very close to me, the high school, that's just like right up the road. But we went to one of my friend's baby showers. You went with me. They were having a baby shower, but we were sitting around. They had a fire pit, and we were sitting around. And I remember you were looking around because it's in the woods, and you were like, "Everything about this just reminds me of Twilight."
I know, I'm such a dork.
Yeah.
But
Do you remember going to that baby shower
No,
with me?
I don't.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I remember looking around though when we were there.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Like, yeah. Because you were in the Pacific Northwest
Well, it's just like I'd look out
where it
there and
was
I'm like, I
filmed.
can picture them way out there playing
Jumping like
baseball,
tree.
and
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I love those books.
Yeah. You went to a baby shower with me.
Okay, well, I guess the movie was more memorable than the baby shower. Sorry.
Well, that couple is no longer married.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think they were on their way out at that baby shower, but babies
yikes.
don't fix everything.
No.
Don't have a baby if your marriage is bad.
No.
That does not fix it. Which I don't know if they had a bad marriage. Right now, I'm just talking out of my ass.
Yeah.
But
You do that.
okay, okay. Oh, you'll totally know this one.
Yes.
100%. If you don't,
Then
I
my
don't
brain's
know.
fried or something.
Yeah, well, I was thinking of, I'll chug this whole thing if you don't know this one,
Hmm.
and then we'll be done because
You're like,
I'll be laying down over there. Okay. What were the last names of the two main characters on the show X-Files?
oh, Mulder and Scully.
Glad I don't have to chug it.
Yeah.
I'll take a drink, but I don't have to chug it. Yeah. Okay. Good job, B2. Okay. I know you know this cartoon, but I don't know if you know the song that'll like lead you to the answer.
Okay.
Because I don't even know it. What cartoon is? Do you hear my dog?
Oh, yeah. I was wondering if that was mine.
That's my dog. Hey, stop. Hold on, let me beat him.
Oh, I'm sure.
Hey. It's because I have the window open. He can hear shit outside. So, hey. That's what I get for letting him come in here with me. He's like, please. I'm like, no. Okay. I'm a sucker for a dog. Okay. What cartoon is associated with the song Eep Bop Ork Ah Ah?
It's a cartoon.
If you know this, I'm going to be very impressed. Hey, stop.
So it's got to be from the 80s.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you a hint if you need one. Because if the hint I can give you, you will totally get it. I'm kicking my dog. He finally shut up.
Is it the Smurfs?
Just FYI, I didn't really kick my dog.
I know you didn't. The Snorks?
No. That's a good guess. Oh, that's a really good guess because the song Eep Op Ork Ah Ah sounds like the Snorks. So Isaiah and I, we have our own snorkeling equipment because we like to travel to, like Caribbean islands, and we love to snorkel. He looks
Like a snork?
A snork.
Okay, give me a hint, I guess.
It was a futuristic family.
Oh, the Jetsons.
I don't remember the song though, but you're right. It's the Jetsons.
I do remember it now.
I do not remember it at all.
I do.
Gun to my head, I wouldn't have been able to name that was the Jetsons.
I don't remember the tune, but I do remember that.
I'm going to Google it when we're done.
You should.
I don't
You'll remember it once you hear it.
Oh, you'll get this one.
Okay.
What brand of watches used the slogan, takes a licking and keeps on ticking?
Probably a Timex, right?
Oh, yeah. See, that was cool. When we were like in the 80s, 90s, Timex was which one? Now people want a Rolex.
No, we wanted a Swatch.
A Swatch. Okay. So, yeah. The time was 6 o'clock on the Swatch watch. No time to chill. Okay. So I was in Vegas and they actually have a Swatch store still in Vegas. Yeah. So, of course, on Facebook, I checked in at the Swatch store and I put a post up that said the time was 6 o'clock.
Nobody got it.
I'm like, only if you were born in the 70s will you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, you'll totally get this. Okay. In the movie, what type of candy did Elliot use to lure IT ET into his home?
It's funny because Chris and I were just talking about this candy, and I always say it wrong because I say Reese's Pieces, and it's
Yep,
Reese's
pieces.
Pieces, not Reese's
Yes.
Pieces.
I always say Reese's Pieces too. It's one of those what do they call that? The effect. The something effect.
It's not a
Oh,
Mandela effect, is it?
yes,
Okay.
the Mandela effect. So everybody thinks it's Reese's Pieces because that's what everybody says, Reese's Pieces, but it's Reese's Pieces. Yeah. I've never watched ET. Fun fact.
Oh, really?
Never. And then when it was celebrating its 25-year anniversary and it was back in the theaters,
Didn't watch
still
it then
didn't go
either.
and watch it. I wanted to, just life happened. I'm busy. I didn't get to do it. I've never seen ET. Never.
Well, if you watched it now, it probably wouldn't be that amazing because of, it was so old.
I mean, but it's iconic. Like how it, like I don't like apple pie. I've never seen ET. They should ship me off to Canada.
Oh.
I have no idea this one, but maybe you do.
Okay, fingers crossed.
What cartoon featured a super robot composed of 5 robotic lions?
Oh, that's Thundercats, isn't it?
I don't know. Oh, Thundercats, I think is right, but it's not that. It's that specific robot in Thundercats. I would
Oh,
guess. Starts with a V,
I have no idea.
and it's not vulva.
Mulva?
No, it starts with
I
a
know.
V, but it's not. Oh, Voltron.
Oh, I've heard that, but
Was that Thundercats?
no, I don't. Probably not.
Oh, okay.
Chris is probably going like, or actually any guy that
you're going to totally get this, and then I have a fun fact for you after the question. What TV show featured a character named Screech?
That would be Saved by the Bell.
Yes. Okay, so here's the fun fact. My mom used to work with a gal who was best friends with the guy that played Screech. He's passed away now, but I forget what his name was. The nerdy guy. What was
his real
name
name?
in real life? Yeah. I don't remember. Yeah. So my mom used to work with a girl who was best friends with the
him?
guy that played Screech. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Fun fact. Oh, you'll totally get this. So I don't even have to give you the whole clue. I'll just say it's a Def Leppard song.
Pour some sugar on me.
It's hot, sticky, sweet from my head to my feet. Yeah. I didn't even have to give you the whole clue. You're amazing. Your dog. I hear your dog's growling. It's not my dog. It's yours.
She's
It's because your neighbors has the audacity to put Christmas lights up. She's pissed about it.
It's okay. Watch, there's probably somebody like creeping in my window, and she's like, "No, it's not.
You're about to be murdered."
Right.
My dog is gone. So I'm assuming my husband came and opened the door and took the dog
Here, wait.
when I wasn't paying attention.
What theme song? X-Files. It wasn't. It was just music.
Yeah. No, literally, my dog's gone. I have a feeling Isaiah came and opened the door and I never even noticed and took
I didn't hear it.
That's hilarious. We'll have to watch this back
and see when the dog.
Well, you can't see the door because the door is over there.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I'm like, wait, where'd my dog go? My dog's gone.
Mine's behaving.
It's a very small room, so.
Mine's behaving quite well for the first time she's been able to be in here while I've been recording. But I could not have her outside barking at that guy on the roof next door.
Yeah. No, she was really good. Good job, Avery. Good girl. Avery, good girl.
You're a good girl,
Put
Avery.
your headphones on. Put your headphones on
Okay.
her. That's a good girl, Avery. Oh,
Oh.
Avery, that's a good
Oh,
girl.
she wagged her tail and licked the earphones. She was very excited. She could hear you and she liked what you were telling her.
She's like, I am a good girl.
Yeah, you're a good girl.
Oh, hilarious. Oh my God, B2, I've like missed our calls.
I know. Do you remember when you used to work wherever and
At
I'd call you
Freightliner, and you would
every
call
day
me.
and we'd visit?
Yeah. So do you remember? You might not remember. We should save this for an actual podcast, but because I'm assuming we're going to cut most of this out. So when I worked at Freightliner, I was the corporate receptionist. So there were like 9 incoming lines. And somebody called and they were like, "Hi, could I speak with Mike Hunt?" And I'm like, "Very funny. I thought it was you. There really was a guy named Mike Hunt that worked there."
I remember you telling me that.
You giving me like totally yanking my leg. Yeah.
That's a
Was
good
it?
one.
Yeah. No, it was Mike Hunt. Yeah. Yeah.
That's bad.
There were brothers. There was a Mike Hunt and his brother. I don't remember what his brother's name was, but their last names were Hunt.
Was it Harry?
Harry Hunt. Phil McCrevis. I'm looking for a Phil McCrevis.
Oh, that's good.
Oh my God.
All right.
Okay.
Well, B2, I guess I better go.
Right.
I know. Look, I did a pretty good job. Look at that.
Well, I drank almost all of this one, even though it was garbage, and this one was gone a long time ago. So I had to drink this one because, yeah.
All right,
All
B2.
right, B2.
Well, until next time.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Wait. Until next time.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay.